Thank you, Chairwoman Norton, and thank you all for being here today. Improving our nation's roads and bridges is imperative to increasing safety as well as connecting our nation. My own district faces issues connecting our rural communities with larger, more populous areas. Good infrastructure helps us preserve the all-important rural way of life while also ensuring my constituents in small towns can have easy access to goods and services in our larger cities. I believe if we invest in our nation's roads now, we will see long-term economic benefits nationwide. The King Coal Highway and the Tulsa Highway in my district have been under construction since 1999 and are nowhere close to completion. Finishing this highway would increase safety and cut travel times in half in the mountainous southern West Virginia and bring much-needed economic development to this region. For 20 years, there has been talk of completing this project, but no action. I also have a bridge to nowhere in my district where construction has been stalled since 2007. It is totally unacceptable that the bridge has been completed for over a decade, but is still wholly unusable since there are no paved roads connecting it to my state's highway system. When completed, this bridge will be a shining example of infrastructure connecting communities, but until then, it represents the millions of dollars wasted on incomplete projects across the country. Further, the Coalfields Expressway abruptly changes from a paved 4-lane highway to a dirt road. This is another example of a highway that has been in the works for far too long. Route 2 and Route 10 also need enhancement and modernization. These projects, when taken on, will breathe commerce, jobs, and economic growth into our southern counties, connecting West Virginia to Virginia and beyond. West Virginia is in dire need of infrastructure investment. I was sent here to Congress to improve the lives of my constituents in West Virginia who are forced to commute for hours on dangerous and damaged rural mountain roads just to get to work in the nearest town. Building and maintaining our major road system is essential for exporting West Virginia's abundant resources and encouraging economic prosperity. I do hope that this subcommittee is able to find solutions for the Highway Trust Fund in order to promote West Virginia's economic development. Mr. Miller, the Highway Trust Fund allocates billions of dollars every year. What kind of oversight does the federal government have over how money from the Highway Trust Fund is used to make sure it is not wasted?
Congresswoman, that's a great question. In the state of Washington, I work closely with the division administrator for the Washington Division of the Federal Highway Administration, which provides oversight of everything we do with federal highway dollars. I also work with the region administrator of the FTA region, Region 10, on the transit dollars that get spent. The oversight is in place. I think the nature of our transportation investment, where you have a federal program that's administered by the states, gives each of the states the individual authority to make decisions about how the federal money that comes to that state gets spent. So in Washington State, we have a great relationship with our federal partners. The money comes to the state, the money gets spent, the projects get built, our people move.
Thank you. With increased traffic volume overall, as well as increased ownership of high mileage and electric vehicles, what are we doing to properly fund the Highway Trust Fund? What more could we be doing? And please be as comprehensive as possible.
Back at me. Great. Yes, Congresswoman. The way we're funding the Highway Trust Fund now is with fuel tax and our grandchildren's money we're borrowing. The fuel tax, because of the more efficient vehicles we have, because of alternative fuels coming onto the market, it's a flat funding source, and it does not have a sustainable future. The alternatives to the motor fuel tax are all unpopular, but how many popular taxes do you know of? Whether it's a road user charge or congestion pricing or some other way of funding the transportation system, I think what all of us agree on is that it should be user-based. It should be a fee for service. It should be, you know, that's the notion behind the fuel tax. It's the notion behind what we should do going forward. We're testing these ideas around the country. I'm the vice chair of the Western Road User Charge Alliance. States all over the American West are looking at how they would administer a road user charge, the mechanics of it. Taking this on nationally is something we're going to have to do at some point. We're looking forward to continuing the conversation.
Thank you very much. Mr. Brown.
Thank